Once again, referee in charge, Tony Weeks for instructions.
Shout out to right here, just gonna watch them real how he started fighting. On a good fight, getting up ready, we might be paying some more time. Yamila, Reynoso, about ready to get it on. Let's go.
Reynoso, McCarter, co-main event of the evening here at MGM Grand.
Reynoso, like I said earlier, gave Serrano a very tough fight. You can see the size difference right off the bat. Carter's enjoying a nice height advantage. And for those of you who don't know, women's boxing are 2-minute rounds, so these rounds are going to go a lot faster than the last fights we saw in the men's division.
Both fighters really excited at the weigh-in. I know for Yamila, coming from Argentina and fighting in any venue in the United States is a thrill for her. She's like a kid in a candy store. I mean, she was hanging out at the pressers, at the weigh-ins. I mean, she didn't want to leave. So, you know, she's in there with a legend.
Y saludos a mi amigo Tomás Delorme. And to answer Jamil Herring's question, this fight is set for 10 rounds, which is the max for women's boxing.
Shout out to everybody joining us on the stream, especially world champions and future world champions. We're excited to have you guys.
And the shorter rounds is another reason with a lot of female fighters you see the lower knockout percentage. When you only have 2 minutes to do your work, it's a lot harder to get a knockout versus having 3 minutes.
Absolutely, and for, you know, Layla McCarter, 8-time 5-division champs. I mean, she's fought all over the world, and you know, again, there's nothing like fighting at home. There's nothing like being at home with all your friends and family. So, you know, for Yamila, very difficult to be fighting on the road. You know, you walk into the ring and there's nobody here that you know, but you know, maybe a few Argentine fans in the crowd. But you know, you're fighting in very hostile environments everywhere you go in the States.
Absolutely, this is Layla's home for a very long time. She built basically women's boxing here for the most part, and Yamila, she may not have a lot of fans here in the arena, but she sure has a lot of people on her Facebook feed. I've seen a lot of Desde Argentinas here.
Nice.
I think we have her manager here, right next to us. Disfrutando la pelea también.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I got to announce their fights at the Barclays Center, I was really impressed. You know, to be able to take shots from Mana Serrano and keep coming forward and actually have spurts in the fight where she actually looked really good against her, that speaks volumes for her. So, you know, Layla's going to be in for a tough fight. Again, Layla's a legend, nothing to knock her, but...
Well, you know, knowing Layla the way that I do and you do, she doesn't want an easy fight. She wants to be with the best. She wants to fight the best. She told me before she wants 3-minute rounds. She doesn't want this 2 minutes.
Yeah, she's been a big proponent of the 3-minute round, and she says, you know, I train for 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time. The 3-minute round is nothing. But again, you know, the rules are the rules at this point in time. So maybe they'll have 3 in the future, but for right now we're at 2, so they better get to work.
The championship fights are 10-minute or 10-round fights, not 12 like men's. And I asked Mauricio Suleiman, the president of the WBC, one time about that, and he's a real proponent of keeping it at 10 rounds. He believes it's just for safety reasons.
Somebody with the eagle eye, Ernie Haynes, is that Joe Cortez at ringside? Yes, it is. It is Joe Cortez at ringside, along with Kenny Bayless, and a lot of other guys have stuck around. I mean, this is a happening. I'm telling you, this is nothing but boxing. You got Floyd Mayweather Sr. over there in the corner signing autographs. And I do have to say about Floyd that he's never not one to not take pictures or sign autographs. I mean, he sticks around and he loves it, loves spending time with the fans. So shouts out to him.
Absolutely. And we were mentioning earlier the rivalry with Rolly and Teofimo, his buddy, and Ryan Garcia. Well, while you were out giving away, Teofimo and Devin Haney, another top prospect, were jawing at each other.
Oh, really?
They were right over there, yeah. Jay Leon Love's in the house, another Team 2 fighter.
Nice. They're here. They all arrived, and again, mostly sometimes these guys don't get here until maybe the weigh-in or after the weigh-ins. They just come in and see the fight and take off. These guys have been here since Monday.
Yep, they don't want to miss anything.
I've been here since Sunday.
We don't want to miss anything either.
Absolutely. I'm like, I'm waiting for like a kid in a candy store for that thing the events to pop off. And again, nothing but excitement here the rest of the week. We've had great fights here so far tonight, and the big one on Saturday.
Yep, Pacquiao Broner. We've been waiting for that one. Wow, we just saw some combinations landed by both fighters here looking around.
Again, McCarter's going to get her shots, but Yamila is going no place. She was taking hellacious shots from Serrano and just walking right through them and firing back. So Layla is going to be in for a fight today.
Absolutely. I've been touching a lot of top fighters on the male side with Martinez, Porcino, Maidana. There's rumors he may be coming back.
Oh, he's coming back. I saw him.
And I don't know if you saw on the Instagram, he said he wants the rematch with Canelo. He wants to fight Canelo.
He wants to fight everybody.
Floyd, he wants Khan, he wants Pacquiao.
He wants everybody. Chino.
But Chino needs to lose a little bit of weight.
Little bit. You got to get in there for a couple years. Train, get ready. He was having fun. He said, "Hey, I'm a millionaire. I'm gonna have some fun."
Oh yeah, Chino was set up for life with back-to-back fights against Floyd Mayweather. He made a lot of money. He has a nice hacienda down there in Argentina, I'm sure.
Yeah. Again, one thing about Reynoso is she did this against Serrano as well. She's forced the action. She didn't back up. She's not retreating. She comes forward, and that's something that Layla is going to have to get used to, because whenever Layla fights, people are retreating from her, and it's something that she's probably not used to seeing. So we'll see how this plays out in the later rounds.
And of course, we have unified women's champion Clarissa Shields in the house today, checking out the action.
Clarissa is here, checking it out.
Possible, if she wants to go down and Layla wants to go up, possibly they could meet someday in the future.
Layla pawing at her nose. She might have got popped there, and
she looks a little bit bothered. If you look at La Maquinita, she has a real stocky build, and she seems like she really knows how to use the leverage between the shorter fighters to get in there and kind of use the leverage and push the way.
Left hand landing.
Layla has the better footwork, but it's not an easy fight for her at all.
Combination by McCarter, in and out.
And the head move that she used, she needs to employ that if she wants to get out of here with a victory.
And Layla McCarter, if for those that don't know, she doesn't like sparring females. She goes to the Mayweather gym and fights all of the male boxers that are somewhat in her weight class, and she spars them every day.
Yep, we were just there for Bobby Jack's media day, and she was sparring that day.
Avid poker player as well. Pretty good poker player.
Better than me.
Well, she's not better than me, but I play almost every day, though. That's another story. We're through 3 here. Tell us how you have it. Again, Ramblin' Ralph, Ryan Burton, Mayweather Promotions, special edition of Thursday Night Fights. We're so glad you guys have joined us.
These 2 minute rounds that fly by.
Cameron Krill, the main event next. Odiambo, you got it. Odiambo, that's right. You got it. We have got some stars in the building here tonight. I'll tell you, the who's who of boxing is here hanging out. They're excited. They're itching to watch boxing. I've been, this is a very, very, very smart move on the part of Mayweather Promotions, because we would have lacked boxing if this card wasn't here. We would have, we wouldn't have had nothing.
Exactly. Like I said, it's the appetizer. So everybody, if you're not here in Vegas, you got to order that pay-per-view on Saturday. Pacquiao and Broner are both 2 champions.
Looks like there's a little blood coming from McCarter's nose, if I'm not mistaken.
Her left eye looks like it's bothering her too.
Yeah.
Getting a lot out of it.
I tell you, Yamila's tough. She is, again, taking Serrano, and Serrano throws. I mean, Amanda Serrano, shout out to her. She's fighting tonight. But Yamila took everything. And after the fight, Yamila was hanging out with us in the hotel eating pizza.
Nice.
She was, I tell you, she's a wonderful human being. She just loves being here. She appreciates it, doesn't take anything for granted. And, that with hard work and dedication, a lot of good things to come for her.
And like I said, she knows how to use her body type and structure. She's getting in there and making it really rough on her. Not quite using her weight, but advantage that she probably should be.
And again, I don't think that Layla is used to someone putting pressure like this.
Not like this.
She is used to someone coming after her. And again, La Maquinita's been in her face the whole fight. Whether she's getting hit or not, she's still going after her and in her face the whole fight.
And for those of you who don't know what Spanish, that's the machine. She's fighting like a little machine. That was the nickname, like I said earlier.
That's right. Right hand lands. Again. Combination. McCarter sitting there firing back. I told you. I called this. This was gonna be the scrap of the night, but unfortunately for these two girls,
we've had a few scraps of the night.
We've had a scrap of the night almost every fight.
Shout out to my boy JC.
DJ Tricks, what's up? Damu is saying Layla taking the L tonight. Well,
it's a tough fight.
It's a tough fight, and we knew it was going to be a tough fight. Yamila, like I said, I got to see her fight up close and personal, and that is why, to me, I've said that it was going to be a tough fight because of the way she fought Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano's no joke, multi-division world champion. I think she's up there with De La Hoya and Pacquiao as the only A-division.
She's trying to get there.
I think 9 was tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Tonight.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable.
She got all the way down to 115, which a lot of people were calling her out. Didn't think she would do that, but she did it.
She started, I believe, at 140.
Yes. Correct.
And again, with boxers, when you lose 5 pounds, it's not like me or you going and running and going to the sauna losing 5 pounds. They're already in good shape. It's not easy.
There's no, and I didn't realize it until I actually was able to see up close what was going on. Always been a fan, but when you're able to see, behind the scenes of the promotion and you're at the weigh-in, well, these guys have 1 or 2% body fat. I don't know where you lose the 4 or 5 pounds that you need to lose in a week.
That's why you see these guys just chewing gum and spitting out their saliva, literally. Can you imagine trying to lose a pound by spitting? That's all you can do.
Yamila putting pressure.
Layla was looking at the ref. Yamila.
Yeah.
Punch on, not a full punch.
Well, like I said before, we knew that Yamila was going to put pressure, combination to the body. Layla, again, a warrior, a legend. She's going to keep firing no matter what. She's going to go out on her shield.
Yamila's record is 11-5-3. That is very, very deceiving. We talked about other fighters. A lot of women's boxers take fights on short notice, and that can happen where they get draws, they get losses, where they could have been the better fighter, they've gotten robbed, and they just don't have the fight to prepare. But we could definitely see that Yamila is a good fighter.
Dale, Yamila, dame más, dame más. No te me eches atrás, Yamila. Dame más, corta el ring. Toca abajo, Yamila.
Well, these are two of the hardest hitting boxers in the female division, and I tell you, we called this from the beginning. I knew this was going to be a scrap. These ladies fight extremely hard, and Layla Not that she's retreating, but she's in there. She's in there with someone that's going to bring it to her. And again, I told you that this was going to be nonstop pressure. Layla's not used to it, and we're going to see what happens. We're halfway through the fight, and the pressure has not stopped. And Layla looks like she's not used to this pressure.
And I'm sure she went through that beat. You probably want to hear it, but she's starting to get up there a little bit. You know, she's a veteran of over 40 fights. I mean, over 50 fights in her career. And you know, when you get up there, it starts to get cold. And I don't know if it's the fight where that happens, but the women's boxing, like you mentioned, the fact that the fights are shorter, there's not as many women out there, so a lot of fights get canceled. It's hard to find opponents. And sometimes you're a little bit rusty too. So I think she needs to dig deep here in the second half of this fight.
Round 6 of 10 in this co-main event of the evening. Yamila Reynoso from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Layla McCarter from right here in Las Vegas. Co-main event of the evening here at the MGM Grand Las Vegas.
Cierra espacio. Para atrás no, Yamila, para los lados.
I think she has to use that to keep la maquinita off of her. That's how Reynoso's getting inside. Reynoso was trying to just spit.
And again, look. This is the second time we've seen this. The mouthpiece came out, and she put it right back in. I don't need water. I don't need to rinse that out. This is the second time this has happened tonight, and I've never seen it in my whole life as far as watching boxing as a fan or actually working in it.
Nice right uppercut there by Layla. And yeah, what was funny about that was she just wanted to spit, and you could see she was mad the mouthpiece came out because she thought she had the momentum there.
Again, sportsmanship by Layla McCarter. Round 6 of 10 here in this co-main event of the evening. Again, Yamila with the pressure. I think it's causing a problem for Layla. Again, she's not used to that. She's usually the one that is forcing the action.
And the way that Yamila is throwing those punches when she's being held, I can't help but think Cachino Maidana.
Yeah, that must be an Argentinian thing with the 72-degree angle on the back punch.
Do it again with
Again, guys, these are 2-minute rounds. We're going for 10 here in the co-main event of the evening. Reynoso, McCarter. All right, guys, tell us where you guys are from. Give you a shout out here if you're just joining us. Thank you for joining us. Ramblin' Ralph, Ryan Burton from Boxing Scene. Mayweather Promotions special edition of Thursday Night Fights. MGM Grand Garden Arena and Mayweather Promotions opening the door for Pacquiao-Broner Fight Week. Every fan in this building received a ticket from Mayweather Promotions on the house. How cool is that?
Can't beat that. Nothing beats free, right?
Nothing beats free.
We also have to say February 9th, Mayweather Promotions own Gervonta Davis will be back in the ring in a huge fight against Abdulmatis in Los Angeles.
That is my favorite place besides Vegas to watch a fight. Formerly the StubHub Center, I think it's Dignity Health Sports Park now. But that arena is for the rabid boxing fans.
And there's magic there. That's where a lot of big fights, the Vasquez, Marquez, 3 out of the 4 fights I believe took place there.
And that is exactly where Victor Ortiz got a pizza thrown at him right in front of my face.
That's where Andre Berto and Jesus Carras got into it, and I know Berto got a couple beers on his head.
The fans are rabid there.
It's an outdoor arena. You're close to everything. Not a bad seat in the house. Just one word of advice. If anyone's going to that fight, it is February. Wearing a jacket.
Yes.
If it goes down, it gets chilly.
Absolutely. Shouts out to DC, Maryland, Virginia, Pete Woodson, Michael from New York, Mo from Washington. Thank you for joining us. Well, we appreciate you guys. Again, you know, we take these streams very, very serious. We like to be as if we're sitting there on the couch watching with you guys. We appreciate you guys for staying with us the whole time. This is an exciting event for us to be a part of this here. Again, dream come true for me. I've announced in some of the biggest arenas in the country, but never in here, and it's a dream come true. So I thank all of the companies that made that possible. And Yamila's like, hey.
She hit her a little bit low, she thought?
Say, hit me again.
Just keeps going forward. She does seem to have slowed down just a bit, though.
Yeah, and again, you know, these guys, these females are throwing a number of amount of punches. Again, they're not your typical female fighters. I mean, for most female fighters, they want to go in there and prove something. Obviously, they're not taken serious sometimes, and it is unfortunate, but there is some scrappers, you know, and these two are some of the very best in the world. And we're lucky we get to see it. From Uganda, Africa.
That was a really good round.
Amsterdam in the building. Puerto Rico. Welcome. Joel El Feo from New York in the house. We're glad you guys are enjoying yourselves. We're having a blast here. MGM Grand Garden Arena. And again, I can't say enough of the structure of the week. I got to give it out to MP Promotions. They've seemed like they're very easy to work with. Mayweather Promotions, again, they've done the biggest events. Mayweather Pacquiao, Mayweather McGregor. I mean, those two, Mayweather Canelo. They've been a part of the biggest fights in the history of boxing, and it's just class all the way around. I mean, again, they don't let their fighters patty cake around and pad their records. You've already seen it today. We've had upsets. This is just the way this company rolls, and they're young fighters. If you want to be a part of Mayweather Promotions, you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight often, because when you're starting with this company, they're going to put you in the Sam's Town fights. They're going to put you in these fights, and you're going to fight good opponents. You cannot get away with padding your record here with this company and in this city.
No cupcakes, that's for sure.
Detroit in the house.
And Layla has definitely learned in this fight that she does not have an
Costa Rica. Another one from Uganda. Thank you.
Philippines. Alabama. Argentina.
I'm ready to go to Thailand. That's my next. That's on the bucket list for me next. The Tokyo trip was pretty awesome, but again, I wish I would have been able to stay a little longer, because
Explore.
Yeah, it was a back and forth. Floyd took care of business, and we were out of there. Mercedes, I agree. This is a great female match. It's two of the best in the world. And again, Layla McCarter, the legend. She's a scrapper. She's not going to not sit there and take punishment. She's going to fire back. But again, Yamila is used to this kind of fight. She took on Amanda Serrano, who, quite frankly, right now, one of the best female fighters in the world, 9-division world champion. And you just can't say enough of the job she did there. Didn't come up with a victory, but she held her own, and she gained a lot of respect in that matter.
Yep, I would say we probably have to put Serrano. Marissa Shields is here in the house, and Cecilia Brakely, who's the undisputed champion, in the mix of the best. But I bet you it should be probably those three are at least top 5, probably the top 3 women in the type of sport.
Oh, and Tony Weeks asking to stop Yamila. You can say, and Layla gives her one right back.
Monterrey, looks like we have Cindy and Amanda Serrano in the house. I don't know which one of them it is, or if it's both of them.
I got a chance to meet Amanda Serrano. I got a chance to announce the fight with Yamila, and I have to say I was very, very impressed with both of them. Great, great, great fighters. Consummate athletes, professionals, and that's what the sport is about. When you run into fighters like that who give it their all and who do it for the fans. They do it for the fans. Obviously, Yamila doesn't want to come all the way from Argentina and not give a good fight. I mean, that's just the way she rolls. And of course, Amanda Serrano, she's from New York, baby. Yeah. You're not allowed to have a bad fight. You got to bring it.
Amanda, how hard does Yamila hit?
Hi, Amanda.
Inquiring minds want to know. Not that I want to get hit by it.
Amanda's my girl. She's really cool. I didn't get a chance to go out there, obviously, because we're working here. But you know, then she came to Phoenix at the Combate Americas show, and I got to hang out with her for a little bit. Awesome people, and it was a privilege and an honor to be able to work with her. So.
And it looks to me like Yamila got a little second win. She wasn't super slow, but she's starting to act like she got a...
And the Vegas crowd trying to wake up Layla here. And again, Yamila just not letting she doesn't even want them to tie up. No pressure lost there as far as her tactics. I mean, she's starting to roughhouse a little bit, coming forward like a bull. I mean, it's just the way she fights.
An extra bounce in her step right now. She seems like she caught her second win. Yamila's corner is pleading for her to throw her head.
Again, nothing away from Layla McCarter, the legend. Eight-time 5-division champ. She's a scrapper. She is in there. But again, I just don't think that she's used to this pressure because, again, she's usually the one applying the pressure in her fights.
Like I said, she wouldn't want it any other way. She wants a tough fight. She's getting one. Layla looks a little bit tired now.
Oh, and a nice left hook by Layla as the round comes to a stop. Buckled Yamila just for a few seconds. Again, this is Thursday Night Fights, Mayweather Promotions, here at the MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. How do you guys have the fight so far? Let us know. Jamel Herring, I don't think Layla is winning. How do you have it? Again, I want to give a quick shout out to all the people behind the scenes that make this happen. All the staff at Mayweather Promotions, they have been tirelessly working on 2 different events in the same week. And for those that have been a part of a promotion or have been a part of companies that have to do with boxing, even if you're not even involved with the promotional company, maybe you are involved as a trainer, maybe you're involved as someone bringing in the logistics, the lighting, it is a very, very big deal. As a matter of fact, Manny Pacquiao in his presser said, hey, big shouts out to the promoter because we just did our own fight and it was unbelievably hard. So it's difficult, and let alone having to do 2 things at once. And I want to just give a shout out to these guys here, Kenny, Nicole, Craig, Leonard Allaby, and all the staff at Mayweather Promotions. You guys have done a wonderful job. And again, it's not easy to put on 1 fight card, let alone a mega fight and an extra one during the same week, 2 days apart. So kudos to those guys.
There's hundreds of things going on at one time. They have to juggle and balance. I mean, that's not even counting all the ring together, the lighting together, the seating, everything else like that. It's just a lot of work, a lot of action behind the scenes to give everybody one hell of a show.
McCarter,
some big punches here.
They are. Again, Layla will never quit. She's a scrapper. This is all she knows. She will never quit. I think now she's getting a point taken away from Tony Weeks.
That could be big.
And it can be big. Didn't see a warning from Tony Weeks at all, whether he did or not. I'm not sure, but...
He warned her. I don't know if it was for that earlier. Ooh, big shot by her. Makes a difference as far as the winners. I haven't been in those fights. Wow, 2 big right hands there. Chopping right.
Nice combination by McCarter. Right to the ribs.
10 seconds.
But is it enough, guys? McCarter trying to steal the fight back from Reynoso, who has been applying pressure all fight long. It is the end of the fight here at the MGM Grand. We're going to find out who the winner is.
Yeah, I see a lot of the people here in their fees happy with that whole connection. But the ref did talk to her. I don't know exactly about what, but did talk to her earlier on.
I have to announce the winner first, though.
Well, we'll know here shortly who won this fight. What does everybody think? All 10 rounds are over? Who do you guys have winning this fight? 95-94. Amanda Serrano, good luck tomorrow in your fight. Next up, we have the main event, Cameron Grill and Michael Odiambo.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Tim Cheatham scores the contest 99-90, while judges Robert Hoyle and Ricardo Ocasio score the contest 98-91 for your winner by unanimous decision. From Las Vegas, Nevada, amazing Layla McCarter.
Wow, that decision seems a little...
And a round of applause for her very game opponent from Argentina, Yamila Reynoso.
The score seemed a little bit wide to me. I could see Layla winning a close fight, but it was a close fight.